Your phone works everywhere, every city, every road, until you stand here. And no, it's not a dead zone. Everything around you still works. Radars, satellites, critical systems that can't afford to fail, which is exactly why your signal disappears. Because in this place, personal devices aren't just limited. They're deliberately shut out. Not because the signal is weak, because it's not supposed to be there. And the real question is, what's so important here that your phone has to go silent? Places like this aren't random. They're built far from cities, far from interference, and far from attention. Because what happens here can't risk being interrupted. Massive radio telescopes scan deep space signals, frequencies so faint a single phone nearby could distort the data. But it's not just about science. Some of these zones are tied to military systems, secure communications, and technologies that rely on a perfectly clean spectrum. No noise, no interference, no unknown signals, including yours. That's why the silence feels absolute. Not because something is broken, but because everything is working exactly as intended. And once you cross that invisible line, you're no longer connected to the world. You're inside a system that doesn't include you. One of the most famous places like this is in West Virginia. It's called the National Radio Quiet Zone, a vast region where radio transmissions are tightly controlled. Not because people here want to live off-grid, because at the center of this zone sits one of the most sensitive instruments on Earth, the Green Bank Telescope. A massive radio dish designed to detect signals so faint that even an ordinary phone could interfere with them. That's why in this place, wireless networks are restricted, cell signals are limited, and even everyday electronics can become a problem. Because what's being observed here isn't loud. It doesn't broadcast. It barely exists at all. Scientists are listening to distant radio waves. Signals that have traveled for millions of years across space. And if anything nearby adds even the smallest amount of noise, that signal is lost. Not weakened, gone. Which is why the silence here isn't optional. It's enforced, carefully, constantly. Because in a place like this, even something as simple as your phone can be enough to disrupt what the entire system is trying to hear.